the black background as the original PS1 games, and also it got a sticker with the image of the disc, so that was good. But that were the most expensive games. There were between $2 to $3, obviously, if we make the conversion from Mexican pesos of that era. Well, if we talk about that era, $1 was like 10 Mexican pesos, so that games that looks so similar to the original PS1 games costs like $5 of that era. And also something nice is that there were some PS1 discs, these PS1 games that were also released, and it looked when released like the original music CDs, that ones with that clear background like a mirror. And also they were more expensive, but the good part of that games is that, well, it also were sold at $5 of that time. But the good part is that the game were imported. It wasn't produced in America. They were imported from China. And since they look like the original music CDs, the quality of that disc were superior to any kind of homemade backup. And also something good is that at that time, if you got one of these games and you have finished it, or the game were bored for you, you can find one of the sellers that used to have that games, and you give them the game plus a $1.50, and they change the game for you. For example, just to put an example, that I have Crash Bandicoot 2 on that kind of copy, and I found a Cool Borders copy of the game. I just give my Crash the copy and $1.50, and that was good. That was cool, because if you don't want to keep a game, you can change them. Obviously, that wasn't something that you can do with the homemade backup copies, because nobody would like to exchange it, so nobody would like to trade it. Oh well, it's curious because nowadays there's still been some few sellers that still having PS1 games, but now they cost $1, but comparing them with the actual change, which is $1 costs like between 19 to 20 Mexican pesos. Some few sellers are still having PS1 games, and also for the same price you can still finding Xbox and PS2 pirate games, and in some way that's cool, in some way. Because for example, just for memes, like 1.5 years ago, I had bought a Metal Gear Solid 5 pirate copy for the PlayStation 2. That's something that I like about the pirates. They still loving about the pirates in Mexico, that they use covers from actual games and they sell you old games. Because for example, they also still having some sellers still having some covers of Grand Theft Auto 5 or PlayStation 2, but when you buy the game and you put in your PS2 with a mod chip, the game is obviously it's not GTA 5. Some of them were just GTA San Andreas, and other of them were GTA San Andreas also, but with a mod that changes some cars with some GTA 5 models. So that's something funny. And for example, with that Metal Gear Solid 5 game that I have bought, it's really Metal Gear Solid 3. And also, since some people still modding PS2 games, it's usual that when you go to that places, you can find, for example, some copies of FIFA 18 or PES 2018 for the PS2, and they are really FIFA 14 and PES 2014, but with a mod that changes all the teams, characters, players, and all that stuff. that get updated like the FIFA 18 and PES 18 has. So in some way that's something curious, something I still liking about the pirates in Mexico. And it's not only Mexico, that's something that's still happening in other parts of the world, like the rest of Latin America. Yeah, officially the last game released, if I remember correctly, is PES 2014. That was the last two officially released games were FIFA 14 and PES 14. But as I've said before, there are some peoples and some Brazilian people who make some mods of the games just to update that old games and they look like the actual ones. That's something also that happens with FIFA 14 for the PlayStation Portable. As I remember, there's a FIFA 17 mod for the FIFA 14. I don't know if they work on a FIFA 18 mod, but they still selling them. I mean, I have the Metal Gear Solid 5, which it's really Metal Gear Solid 3. Some of them are mods of the games, and other ones regularly are just the covers, but with an old game. But something fun is that at least in pirate games, the most sold for the PlayStation 2, for example, it's GTA San Andreas, because, for example, if you go and look for that street sellers, that they have some copies of the game. It's funny because you can't find the original GTA San Andreas. Instead of that, you find GTA San Andreas XXX, which is it has the hot coffee mode. I remember another GTA San Andreas, which is a mod with Dragon Ball characters, another mod with an Spider-Man, another mod which has an Spider-Man outfit, and it's funny and in some way amazing how the mods for the PS2 and the pirate games still moving. But also thanks to the piracy, some people it's not aware about what really happens with the consoles, talking about the exclusive and all stuff, because for example with that sellers you can find Super Nintendo emulators. There's an emulator called SNES Station for the PlayStation 2. You can find them and they sell it like a Mario game regularly. It has the new Super Mario Brothers logo and it has the Mario image on it and all that stuff, like any custom cover. But when you put the disc, instead of being new Super Mario Brothers or a new Mario game, it's just an SNES emulator. I got one of that discs back in 2008, and that year I met the Super Nintendo emulator, and it was so really cool. No, I'm lying. I got it in 2008. Between 2009 and 2009, I don't remember very well, but it was on one of those years. And it was cool because also with the PlayStation 1, with the It Might Be an emulator, I known a lot of classics. One of that games were this Snow Brothers. And with the SNES Station, I met Super Mario Collection, which was the Japanese version of Super Mario Stars, and I have played Super Mario Bros. Levels in that moment. And I never noticed that the emulator has on the list the Super Mario All-Stars version. I all the time played Super Mario Collection and it was in Japanese. And I got kinda confused because also on the It Might Be NES disc, I remember that I have played Super Mario Bros. 2 and Super Mario USA, which is the Japanese version of Super Mario Bros. 2. But since I played Super Mario Collection on the PlayStation 2, I was kinda confused because for a while I thought that maybe Super Mario Collection was a kind of ROM hack or something like that, or a homebrew. Since when I when I tried to put Super Mario Bros. 2, I was surprised that it wasn't the USA version. but it has Super Mario USA, so what could be wrong with that? That's not playing other games like Donkey Kong Country Trilogy. And, well, at least I'm glad that I have met a lot of cool classics thanks to the emulation and the piracy. But yeah, and then the Xbox and PS2 is still alive. What the? Okay, what happened there? Why I got hit? Don't touch me, okay. I'm gonna lose that game time again, but whatever. I'm just gonna wait until Crisco wakes up to take the stream, so I wanna go to sleep. He said that in 1 or 2 hours, and now to this time has been 4 hours since he left. But well, we know he's Crisco, so well, if you want, but I'm gonna see what happens, because if I finish this run, I'm gonna see if I have some extra energy to do a second run. Okay, that's good. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna get the stream once I finish this, even if it's or not a PB. Sometimes I'm starting to get tired about this game, because it doesn't matter how much I try, I cannot get a PB. Go down. Give me something good. I don't want that freaking lollipop. Stop. Everything will depend about the pattern I got on next stage. Yes, I got the red one. So I hope that I don't lose my power-ups, because the next stage is my must. Biggest space killer, no, well, my mistake. The next of this. 38 is not so much. Thanks to the enemies, this can turn a bit hard, but not at all, fortunately. Now the base killer, it's time to go to the base killer. I think I have finished like two runs on this stream. Come here, come here, come here. Okay, never mind. That was good in some way, but let's see how's my luck on next boss battle. Okay, 3 hits. This is a faster boss battle. Okay, that was so good, dude. This is my... Okay, it has been my most fastest boss battle. This 4th boss. This can be a gold. This can be a gold. This can be a gold. Please. Gold, 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 gold. Tell me that is... Okay, it's not a gold, but it's a huge amount of save time. Go down. Yes. I still, in starting the stage 39, I still having a huge amount of free time to save. But again, RNG. And yes, very close to gold. It hurts a bit that it wasn't a gold, but no, okay, that was close to be something stupid. If I got a good RNG and I don't die, this can be the sub 22. At least my problem has been the 4th boss battle. I used to do it slower since I start with no power-ups, or at least the speed boost, which is the most important. Come here and through. It's okay. Come down, freaking bat. If I can get a sub 19 here, this means that maybe I can get a good PV chance. Please, 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 please. Huge PV pace incoming, so bless RNG. Please, don't fuck up. Please. Because this is the most base killer, because RNG here it's so huge annoying. It doesn't matter, Let's go, let's go, let's go. Please, 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 I know. O2, O2, O2. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, sneak it. 1 3 2 3 2 3 2 3 3 3 3 4 3 4 4 4 4 5 4 5 6 5 7 7. Holy shit! No! No! I was getting a good pace! Okay. This is still good, this is still good. Yes. Please. Oh god, no. Don't make me this. Just go down. I need to speed boost. Speed boost! No! Okay. Speed boost, please. Okay, I missed the speed boost. Okay, this is good. Just 3 hits. I think it's just 3 hits. And the print's gonna finish. Please. Okay. Yes, baby! Finally! I got it! 3rd place and sub 22. Let's fucking go! And I got the alternative ending. Nice! Holy shit! Oh god, finally! Sorry for the ear raping. Holy shit! Let's fucking go, guys! Finally, I got this shit. And I'm so happy because this is the second time that I got this alternative ending screen. The first time that I got it, it wasn't a PV, but thanks because I have got a very awful RNG at the end. But well, I'm so glad that I got a. Okay, because this is something nice because I got 4 points. The first point is that it was a sub 22. Second point, it's that it was a 3rd place. Third point, it was a gold. The last split was a huge gold. Even the run's still being trashed. I got 3 red splits, but I got a gold. And the 4th point is that I got the alternative ending that you can get if you don't use any extra light package. And yeah, it was a huge gold. And I mean, my sum of best was 2103, so definitely this is the sub 21 on sum of best. And I'm glad that I got this alternative ending also. I cannot be more happy now. I mean, I got a terrible exam today, but at last I got my goal on Snow Brothers. Double goal. I mean, I don't have words to define how I feel right now about this. I mean, I'm gonna retime it because it was like at 21:33. I'm gonna retime it right now. But definitely, I don't have words to define how I feel right now.